Sarah Palin is, I think, moving towards a smarter party. You know what? I say this. I hesitate as I'm saying a smarter party because all of the elites, you watch, the ones who are in Washington right now, the conservatives that are in Washington, that have always been the big brains behind the party, they're going to be cleaned out. They're going to be cleared out. You're just not going to turn it around at this point. I don't think you're going to turn it around because they haven't done anything bold. You know, when Newt Gingrich said we're going to have the contract for America, that came from someplace. That came from, I think, real values. They understood the values of, and then they sold themselves out. Okay, so that came from someplace. Where is that leader now? Where is that moment of that aha moment of, holy crap, guys, I think we've been high for the last 10 years.
I think we have two leaders, and they're both women.
Let me guess. Yep. Sarah Palin, Giselle, Michelle.
Giselle Punchin.
She is so good. I love her.
She's a leader.
What are her
qualifications?
Yeah. Well, doesn't matter.
Well,
anyway,
she's for saving money on clothes because she wears very small
come on,
amounts of fabric.
I think you're thinking Michelle Bachmann is the other one?
Yep.
I really like Michelle Bachmann. I'm not sure that Michelle Bachmann...
Wait, let me play this.
All right.
I'll show you what she said on The Factor last night. Now I might change
on The Factor?
Mind. Yeah.
I love The Factor.
Do you know any other man you're...
Wait, that isn't...
she sounds really bad.
She sounds worse than Gaddafi.
That's actually a great clip we'll have to play sometime, but that's not the one.
Asking Bill O'Reilly, do you know Michelle Bachmann, do you know any other man that might be interested in a guy with a real big man voice?
People vote with their feet, and they love Bill O'Reilly. They love Glenn Beck. They love the shows that are on Fox. That's what matters, because people want to go where they can find truth.
Now, what were you going to say about Michelle Bachmann?
I was going to say, I love her. No, here's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I don't know that Michelle Bachmann, and maybe I'm wrong, but I think this is what Sarah Palin senses. Look, I don't know Sarah Palin. I've talked to her a few times. I liked her. I mean, when she was announced as a vice presidential candidate, it was a glorious day. Because everyone in the media, the only person that had an interview on camera with her, and the only person who had asked her, why aren't you the vice presidential candidate, was me.
That's right, I remember that.
It was great.
From the headline show.
Oh, and all the CNN, the journalists were like, oh, crap. They were like, who's this Sarah Palin person? And they type it in their computers, and they're like, oh, crap, Glenn Beck is the only one with an interview with her. And he answered that question. But I don't know her. I have talked to her several times. I will tell you, I've never met her face to face. But I will tell you this. I think she gets it instinctively. I think she's more like you are. I think she's more like I am, where we just go with our gut. And I think she left. Part of the reason why I think she left Alaska is because in her gut she knows the paradigm is about to change. These parties don't work anymore. The Republicans will implode, followed by the Democrats will implode. Unless one of them roots the corruption of their own party out, it's over for them. And I think she gets it. Michelle Bachmann, I think, gets it, but I don't know. Remember when she was on, I had Senator Jim DeMint and Michelle Bachmann on at the same time. Mm-hmm. And I said, who is going to stand up in the well of the Senate and say, I reject the party. I embrace the principles.
Well, Sarah Palin hasn't done that either. I mean,
she rooted out corruption and took it on in her own party.
But, like people like Jim DeMint have definitely called out their own party on a lot of different things. I think what you want is someone to say, essentially, my job in the party that I'm in is the biggest crap heap in America. And I don't think you're going to get anyone necessarily to say that.
No. What I want them to say is, this party stands for nothing anymore except special interest and getting reelected. I will lose my job. I'll fall on my sword for principles. And I'm not leaving the party. The party left me. Exactly what Ronald Reagan said about the Democrats. They left me. Well, the Republican Party has left me, has left whoever it is that would take this role on, and I'm going to corrupt it. I'm going to take and show the corruption in it because I believe in the values that this party has always stood for. And if they don't want me to be a part of it, that's fine.
But I think that the point here is it's always the next step. That's the question. And everyone asks, well, what does that mean? You can denounce your own party, but what do you do from there?
I'm telling you.
Are you doing a third party? Are you trying to change your own party? And you
change your own. Forget about it. You can't change other people. You can only change yourself. So what it requires is that for each of these people, and this is what I'm asking these refounders to do. If you're listening to us in Washington, please, Republicans and Democrats, for the sake of this country, but you took an oath to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States. You cannot do that in this two-party system. Read the words of George Washington. Listen to him. Read the words of George Washington in his farewell address. Read the words of Thomas Jefferson and Benjamin Franklin on the parties and corruption. It is corrupt, so root the corruption out. Take a stand for the country and for the principles of this country, and then go back and argue about health care. But take a stand against corruption and root it out. People in America are sick and tired of hearing about from a Republican. And this is what the media keeps trying to do to me. They keep trying to make me a shill for the conservative or Republican movement. I'm not. I am a shill for my own values and principles. I am standing for what I believe in. I don't have a friend in the world. I don't have a friend in power. Not one. Can you think of one? Can you think of anybody in power that trusts us? Not one.
Yeah, no, not really.
No.
Maybe a couple, but I can't think of them off the top of my head. We're not popular in Washington circles. But that's okay.
Yeah, and that's fine. That's totally fine. I'm speaking for myself.
Yeah.
And that's what people have to do. And I think that's what Sarah Palin is doing. She's speaking for herself, and she senses this party. She went into the lion's den. I really think she went in thinking, look, thinking the same thing I did, that you can actually trust people. You know, that you can actually, you can look. Do you remember, and I don't want to get into specifics here because there's legal things behind the scenes that are happening, but there have been people that have looked me in the eye, signed contracts, and then looked me in the eye as well. And I said, look, I know we have a contract and everything else, but let's just, I trust you and you trust me, and we'll help each other out here and just do the right thing for each other. And they lie to your face.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's incredible. I've never seen so many people that are so disingenuous as I have in the media, let alone Washington. I think that's what Sarah Palin came out and she's like, okay, well, no, I know I can't trust and people are snakes, but I don't think she had any concept of how, because I didn't. I've been in the media forever. Pat, you've been with me now for, 2 months here? Have you ever seen, have you learned a lot about the media and how it works?
Oh, yeah.
And it's amazing. Yeah. You didn't trust the media in the first place.
Right.
But did you think it was this bad?
No.
Yeah.
No.
So I think she comes into this party and she sees the attack from the media so disingenuous, so dishonorable. She's like, whoa. And then she's being thrown under the Straight Talk Express bus by the Republicans. I think she's like, you know what? I don't care what anybody thinks. I'm going to stand up for what I think. I think she's... I don't know where she's going, but she is moving towards small C conservative and libertarian, which is exactly where America is. It's exactly there.